6 weeks ago, I felt a pain in my ankle that lingered long after a session, 16 days out from the marathon.
Overall, ankle aside, I'm actually feeling fantastic about this marathon.
After a week of toing and froing, and then submitting to an MRI, I found out I had a stress fracture. There was a lot riding on the marathon, and in an instant, it slipped away from me. I never made it to the start line. It's been 3.5 weeks on crutches, and at points, it's been really tough. I've been writing down my thoughts and feelings over the last 3 weeks, and here they are. Not in chronological order, but alphabetical. As a highly independent person, I'm struggling relying on others, especially for daily freedoms like movement. I hate it. A woman tusked at me today in the grocery store and said, "I've always said running is bad for you." I asked her if it was okay if I switched to long jump, and she said, "That's fine." Constantly dreaming of my comeback. Constantly reminding myself not to extrapolate the present as if it's forever. Couldn't be luckier to have my people around me. Don't feel like you have to do so much all the time. Every day feels easier, every day I get stronger, every day I grow more patient. Everything is an effort. Everything is going to be okay. Feeling my lowest is not as bad as I thought it'd be, but it doesn't feel nice. Good to remember that who I am is larger than one thing, even if that one thing had become such a large part of me. I already think a lot, running calmed that. Now it's like my brain is a pinball machine with infinity balls flying around. I found myself at my lowest today, crawling out of a creek where I'd just done a swim until I reached my crutches on the shore. Even a couple of onlookers were so embarrassed for me they had to move along. It was both pathetic and hilarious, and I haven't stopped laughing to myself about it all day. I have to clench my teeth, otherwise I'll cry. I'm not okay. I thought I appreciated running before. I certainly never appreciated walking. I'll never complain about early mornings again. I will return to running with no fear. I wish I could think about other things, travel, love even, but I'm suffering by running, so I'm thinking about running. Just because things are hard doesn't mean they can't lead somewhere good. Perhaps I get too much good luck, and this is just my fair share of bad luck. Sleeping in is really nice. Watching people run makes me happy and sad at the same time. When I wake up, my body feels more battered than when I was running 7 days a week. My whole body hurts from the crutches and from the moon boot. Funnily, the only thing not hurting is the fracture in my foot that got me into this mess. My heart still hurts the most. Which is slipping away faster, the strength in my right leg or all of my running dreams? Why is it when I think of running I know there was bad stuff, but I only remember the good stuff? How it felt like freedom, like peace, like flying.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Hi guys, I'm Average, I'm Slim. I wanted to provide a bit of an update on my injury. So since I last talked to you, I've seen the sports doctor and I've got a CT scan, and it wasn't quite the news that I was hoping for. So essentially, the sports doctor indicated that there could be a possibility that it was only a stress reaction in the navicular and a stress fracture in the talus. Turns out it's the other way around, which is probably the worst scenario of the two. It's only a stress reaction in the talus bone, and it's a stress fracture in the navicular. So it's not great in terms of what that means for recovery. I'll be in the boot for at least 6 weeks, but then if we're doing the conservative treatment, I'll need to kind of have a clinical test at that stage to see if I can get out of the boot. Then if I can, it's 6 weeks of rehab. I'm now 4 weeks into the boot, and it feels like forever. It feels like I've been in the boot a really long time, and Some days I'm getting particularly sick of it. But that's all right, we'll get through, we'll just take week by week. Other bad element that I feel has come into it recently is that there could be a potential that after the 6 weeks, there's something called non-union, which is essentially that that bone isn't healing. And what that means is that I'd have to consider surgery. Now, getting into the public hospital system could take a month in itself, and then that would reset the whole 12-week recovery. I'd be in a cast for probably 6 weeks, which means I can't even swim. So just fingers crossed that I don't have to experience surgery and we can get away with the conservative option. So I'm going okay overall. Some days are better than others. I think I've been a little bit more down recently since, I don't know, getting the CT scan results, but trying to keep sane with all the things that I've been doing. I'm a very restless, very active person, so I try to do as much as I can. I'm still swimming in the pool and in the creek and in the ocean, and I'm going to the gym. Feeling particularly strong in the gym, so that's one upside. And I am very much supported by my loved ones and that person behind the camera, so I'm doing okay overall. But yeah, I just want to provide an update and yeah, tell you guys how I'm going and where I'm at. But I'll get through. I'll share with you a very different week in training. Here it is. While I'm in recovery over the next 6 to 12 weeks, what I want to do is set some goals so that I have something to keep me motivated in the meantime. And I want to set goals around movement, ironically. So I've set them around being in the gym, swimming, and yoga, meditation, and that sort of thing. I have 3 swimming goals while I'm in rehab. One is based on technique, learning to breathe naturally on both sides while I swim. The second one is around distance. I want to be able to do 3K non-stop. And then the third is around speed. I have time goals based on the 1K and the 2K. I think there will be about 145 and 150 pace. So hopefully that gives me some well-rounded goals to improve my swimming over the next 6 to 12 weeks. And come out of it triathlete. During my rehab period, I want to get stronger. And in order to do that, I want to set a couple of goals, or 3 goals rather, around my strength. One, I want to be able to do 20 pull-ups in 1 set. Currently I can do 11. Second, I plan to do 10 reps of 80 kilo bench press. Just then in that session I did 7, so I'm going to up it to 85?
Woo!
Or
85. 90.
No. 10 reps
Definitely
of
90. Absolutely.
10 reps of 90. The third one is not very well rounded out, but it's something about just keeping my legs moving using the bands. Once I get past the boot and I'm able to squat again, I'll set that as a squat goal, perhaps 80 kilos for squats. But just good to have a few goals around my strength. They're not necessarily the things I care about in strength, but they're just indicators that I'm getting stronger. So that's all for today, guys. I've been a little bit lower this week. There's been just a few things, health and other things in life that haven't gone that well, so it's not been my best week, but I'm surrounded by beautiful loved ones. The Olympics is on, and I live in paradise, so everything is gonna be okay. I just can't wait to get back to running, and I'm sure you can imagine.
Remember to subscribe and stick with me on the rebuilds. I'm
I'm
Average
Average
Slim.
Slim. Do the right thing.